Mimikyu be coming to Pokemon GO during the Halloween event? I'm Alex Gum, aka Cheeklay, and welcome to Pokemon Go Ahead. Every single year during the annual Halloween event, we get Ghost and Dark type Pokemon spawning, we get extra candy bonuses, and we always get some sort of surprise. This year, however, we can make a very bold prediction that Mimikyu will finally debut during this year's Halloween event. Why would I think that? Well, we do have some proof and answers and some evidence on why this could be the case. There's no leaks as I'm recording this. This is just straight from different sources of different Pokemon platforms. But before we go into detail, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell, and let me know in the comments below. Is there a Ghost or Dark type you want to see this year during Halloween? Let's talk about Mimikyu, because that's what I think is going to be debuting in Pokemon Go. In 2019, we got a Pikachu with a Mimikyu costume. And for some people, we thought we were going to get Mimikyu before Generation 7 Pokemon were going to debut, but unfortunately that was not the case. And every single year we were expecting Mimikyu to come again and again, and unfortunately other Pokemon either had a debut or a shiny drop, and Mimikyu hasn't seen the day of light ever since the introduction of Pikachu's Mimikyu costume. And that costume hasn't been featured in any other Halloween event ever since, but that's a different conversation. Last year we had a season called Season of Alola, and that was from March of 2022 all the way through May of 2022. And from then on to that entire year, we've been getting some Pokemon from the Alola region debuting from events and other stuff. And we thought Mimikyu would make a debut during Halloween last year. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case. We just only had Shiny Pumpkaboo, Shiny Noibat, and we also got Zorua, which it was a Pokemon that we needed, but it was a really terrible way to introduce that kind of debut, since the whole buddy illusion thing was just kind of like glitchy. And now people are very concerned now that it's the Paldea adventure, that this is a new season where Paldea Pokemon are appearing. It's one thing that Generation 8 is not seeing the day of light. Is another thing that we're expecting a Ghost type like Greavard. People were assuming that that Pokemon could debut during the Halloween event, which I would be totally down for because it's a new Pokemon, but it would not feel the same if we didn't include Mimikyu, or at least have Mimikyu take the spotlight. It is taking spotlight in different platforms of Pokemon. For example, Pokemon Unite. There's a distribution where you can be able to get Mimikyu during the month of October. I don't play that game, so I really don't know much about the details, but at some point they're gonna drop Mimikyu. Pokemon Sleep has announced that they're gonna have a Halloween event. Although it's not confirmed what the details are, we can make an assumption that Mimikyu might be appearing during that event. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. In October, there's gonna be a distribution for Mimikyu with an electric Terra type. And finally, we also have the Pokemon trading card games. Every single year, we have a thing called booster packs. And this year, we have some art for the package. And it includes Pikachu, which is like terrified for his life, standing next to Mimikyu. And of course, there's a Mimikyu bowl. So like, I don't know if it's a coincidence that it's Halloween and Mimikyu is like featured, but Mimikyu is a Pikachu Halloween version. It's like not a real Pikachu because it's supposed to mimic Pikachu. So it makes sense that not only because it's a Ghost Fairy type, it should be featured for Halloween during a Halloween event in Pokemon Go. Think about it. We already had a Mimikyu cameo, you could say. And we already got a lot of Alolan Pokemon, and Mimikyu is missing. Now, of course, I could just predict on what Ghost types and what shiny Ghost types that we don't have in the game yet, but Mimikyu has been on my mind a lot, and it would be crazy for Niantic to not drop this Pokemon that is very iconic during Halloween. Well, what do you guys think? Should we get Mimikyu in Pokemon Go during the Halloween event? Is there another Ghost type that comes to mind? And what else do you think is going to happen during the Halloween event? I mean, all we know is that Shadowlugia is going to be appearing. We may get Shiny Phantom, and we may get some other surprises. It's too early for Halloween. I know that the house is decorated with Halloween fall stuff, but it's never too early to make a prediction about a very iconic Pokemon that has yet to debut in Pokemon Go. Well, that's all the time that we have for today's video. We'll be back with some more great Pokemon Go content on Pokemon Go ahead. We will see you next time. Peace out.